This is Richard. Richard's going to get pretty much the same haircut, except for he doesn't do a disconnect. We just do a nice fade, mid-fade up the sides. And it's really a gentleman's cut with a little bit of a low fade. It's actually a little bit of an officer's cut, as he will be an officer one day. Am I wrong? Are you going to be an officer one day?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to get out of the guard. And
okay. That a boy.
Sergeant soon, though.
Oh, you're a wise man. Oh, a non-com, even better. All right. Here we go. So we're going to do the same kind of haircut, like I said, except this is a little bit more of a, probably more of a low to mid fade. Again, now this time I'm going to go ahead and open my clippers all the way up. I'm going to hit this bottom section. I'm not going to go quite as high as I did with Joey's haircut, but it will be nice. Woo! Richard, it's been a while.
It has been a little too long.
As you can see, I'm not, as I get my clippers in there, I'm not really afraid to just kind of trust my muscle memory to kind of guide my clipper up. Again, I'm not cutting a line in, if you notice that. This is all just sort of freehand. Clippers are all the way open. That's it. Quite simple, really. I'm going to take those all the way down. Can I hit these hairs down here so we can get that nice fade in from 0. This is really what people look at and go, oh wow, that's a nice haircut. Mainly because no lines, no scrubbing. And the good thing about the way I'm doing it now is I'm doing it at shop speed. So you see about how fast I go. Go midway, hit this bulk in between here. And I don't know if you notice, well, you probably can't notice in the video, these GoPros kind of pan out kind of far, but I'm actually not standing very close to him. I kind of get a little bit of a distance here, and mainly because when you get too close, you cut a hair to the right, Richard?
Yep.
Oh, this is great. So this is good because it'll show how I cut the hair on top. Now again, here's this point here and the top of the ear, right? I'm going the same length all the way up that space, and then I'm going to kind of fade out, as you can see, with what I do. Now I'm going to pick it up here, and you can see the difference. This way it blends in really nice. Because this is a little bit of a low fade, I am going to come above the ear a little bit, though I'm not going to go, on a normal gentleman's cut, I wouldn't go over the ear quite so much, but this is a little more of a military cut, so these guys got to get it off their ear. Richard's a God-fearing man, loves the Lord Jesus.
Yes, sir.
There you go. When you do the right moves, you have the freedom of artistic liberty. But you don't have liberty if you don't know the moves. So once you get this muscle memory, it becomes a lot easier to do it. Just like before, we're going to come to the other side. I can see the other side there. I'm going to match it, looking in the mirror. Don't you tell anybody my tricks, Richard.
I'll keep it on the down low.
That's what I like to hear.
Take him to my grave.
That's what I like to hear. Sometimes guys get these hairs right over their ear. You got to make sure you get those, otherwise it'll be like wings that kind of pop out over their ear. It won't touch the ear, but it'll just look really silly when you look straight on at them. And they're going to look at it every day. They look in the mirror. You don't want that, because then they'll just be reminded what barber they're not going to come back to. show you what I mean. If we look right at Richard, see how that hair on the right side seems to be coming out just a little bit more than the left. Now they don't look at their hair from all angles like we do, but we certainly want to get it looking good from all angles because they are a billboard for great hair. All right, sides are looking fantastic. And once the sides are done, I really don't fiddle with them a whole lot. Now because Richard combs his hair to the right, we're going to go from the front. I'm going to stand at the corner here, his right knee. Just like before, I'm going to pick this hair up, I'm going to cut it, and then I comb it over, use a little bit more of it to take a look at where my hair was. I use that hair as a guideline. And I'm going with the grain of the hair. You see, notice I'm going with the flow. My shears are cutting in the direction of his hair. Very important. And now I think it's important to note as well how long I'm leaving the crown. That crown needs to be a little bit longer. It won't lay down. I'm going to come over here. You can see it's a little bit longer here. Hair does grow at different lengths, so sometimes it'll grow a little bit longer on the sides than it will on the top. So you got to be careful. You're not just cutting the same amount off. You're blending it to the side that you already had. So I'm blending everything to the top. You see that little bulk there? We're going to take that down ever so gradually. And because Richard's hair is actually a true blended cut on both sides, it'll be good to show you how we blend that side. Very important that we blend that side in so that as he's combing his hair in the morning, he doesn't notice there's long hair sort of hanging down. So I take where that part is, I pick it up, and I go ahead and just even that out so that doesn't have any hairs that are longer. See that longer hair there? Take that down, just like that. This is what separates the barber from the guy who's got clippers in the barracks. There we go. Richard's like, yeah, right. Now I know the secrets. It's fine, Richard. You're allowed to give dynamite haircuts, so long as you don't share the secrets with anyone.
I was trying to give them to myself.
There you go. Good luck with that. I don't think I could give myself this haircut. So as you can see, we've kind of taken that down. Now we come to the crown, which we're leaving nice and long. We're just going to check it. Make sure there's no stragglers. This is plenty long. We don't really want to go too much shorter than that. I want to come down here around where the crepe is and just make sure I don't have any long guys that have not transitioned. There you go. That's haircut. I'm going to style his hair so you can see how I do that real quick. I shoot a warning shot, like I said before. I know it's coming. A little extra information here because water is less acidic than hair. That's why it tends to mold the hair better. You can actually get 9 pH water that is actually higher. Water is about 7. You can get water at 9. And what that does is it actually works even better for super stubborn hair. Richard really doesn't have stubborn hair. We're going to do a little something with a little less sheen. It's nice Dapper Dan matte paste. It's just fantastic. Put it all over your hands. And you're going to go ahead and work this in from the root up. When you do it like that, it gets the whole hair. And it feels pretty good too. So we're going to come back over here. This one, we're going to have to put a part in because because the hair does part. So I just go straight across, I pick a line, come down, just like this. See how nicely that looks? All nice and faded, blended, looks fantastic. And we're gonna come right over here, just like a nerd. You can hardly bear it. We're gonna roach it. Yeah. See how nice that blends all the way down to skin like that? That's where you want to be. That is the look, for sure. And now, he looks like a man. And that's how it's done, my friend.